Hey guys, in this video we're going to teach you how to put the hangers on the girder trusses on the ground. Now you do not want to mess this up or you could potentially compromise your truss. Okay, so we already have our girder truss nailed together. If you haven't watched that video, be sure to watch it here. First thing we're doing before we even lay out where the hangers go is we want to make sure that we're putting the hangers on the correct side. You do not want to mess that up. In this scenario, we got a tag over here. This is our first identifier. This is TO2 GDR is the name of this truss. And the other identifier on this one is we have tails on that side and no tails on this side. So let's hop on the truss layout. Okay, so here's our three girders, the red lines. This one is TO2 GDR. And as you can see, we got hangers coming off the left and the tail is at the bottom. So if I orient the plans like this so I can see that tail's over there, I can also zoom in and this little triangle is the tag. Notice how there's no triangle on the other side. So tag's over here, tail's over there. That means the hangers are going on this side. So this one's ready to go. Let's mark it out. Okay, so this layout right here is probably the easiest layout on a girder truss ever. We got 2 foot from the outside of this gable truss, which this girder truss you can see is inset 1.5 inches from that. It's actually not on the outside, but 2 foot from the outside to the inside. So we're going to put our tape here. Now let's just pull this out. This tape is hooked as if I'm hooking on this gable truss right here because the girder is inset there. So there's our 1.5 inches. Here's our 2 foot. There's our truss. There's our 2 foot. Girder starts here. There's our truss. So I didn't even subtract 1.5 inches to figure that out. I just overhung my tape right there. So now I can go mark down 2 foot. Okay, here we are at the end. We got 16, that's 2 foot all the way down. Then on this last one, we have 10.5 inches. So right here, we'll go 10.5. Here's our truss. Here's our wall. So this is our 5.5 inch wall where this heel ends on. And then you can see this truss is spaced, it looks to be 1/2 inch off of that wall. So there's our wall, here's our truss. It's a little bit less than 1/2 inch. So now we'll square up these lines and we're good to put on our hangers. Okay, that one was super easy as you saw. We're gonna actually go through and do it 2 more times just so you guys can get the full picture. First thing, always make sure you're putting the hangers on the correct side. Okay, clearly this hasn't been nailed together yet, but we're just gonna show you guys mark and layout anyway. So down here we got the tag. This looks to be a symmetrical truss. So the tag is our only identifier. We got TO3 GDR, which is right here. Over on, let's see, layout is all the way down here. We probably want to go from this right side since that's where the layout starts. First one, well, let's see. Tags over here. So we're in the correct layout. Hangers are on this side. So let's start on this right side here. We got 1 foot and 3/4 inch to the from outside to the far side of our first truss. Here we go. The girder goes all the way to the outside of the wall. So from the outside of this, the outside of our truss, 1 foot and 3/4. Okay, then we got 2 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot and 1/4. 1 foot 11 1/4. So here's our 2 foot. Again, we're going to that far side with how we started our layout. So now this is 1 11 1/4. Then we got 1.5 inches. Then we got another 111 1/4, which should be 4 foot. There's 111 1/4. So the 2 foot just carries on through. We got a doubled up truss there. Then we're just 2 foot all the way to the end of the girder truss here. So if I remember right, this last one is going to be centered on the end of the girder. So there we go. It looks like we're 3/16 short on the girder truss. Could be our marks. I'm guessing it's the girder. So this one will go right about here. We will not be putting a hanger there. So now we're going to square these marks up here. We'll move on to the next truss. Okay, tags over here. We got TO1 GDR. TO1 GDR is this girder. Tag is over here. Oh, I gotta think through this backwards. I'm just gonna flip my phone upside down. So here we got, looks to be 2 foot all the way through this girder. Very easy. Very easy to do. I wish we had some more complicated stuff for you guys. On this far end, it looks like it's splitting this girder in half. Or sorry, splitting the truss in half. Same thing on this end. So this truss is 28 feet long. That means our 2 foot on center splits on each end. So basically it's just a 3/4 drop on this one. 111 1/4. That is the same as 2 foot hanging 3/4 off. So I'm just gonna pull 3/4 drop this whole way. Okay, there's our 3/4 inset, which means we're splitting the truss halfway. Perfect. No hanger there. Now, all of these girder trusses were very easy to mark layout on because we had a 2 foot starting from the end or something close to it. A lot of the time, you're gonna have 2 foot on center trusses or even a weird spacing that's starting randomly out here. There's not gonna be any reference for you to get layout from the edge of the girder truss to where your truss is. Now, one of the ways you deal with that is you go up on the actual walls that you've marked truss layout on. And let's say this is a 2x6 wall here, and you have a wall coming down this way. So here's your 2x6. So you can measure over from that last truss mark. We'll say it's from the edge of your truss that you have marked on your wall, we'll say it's 13 inches. So then you put your 13, because you're basically butting into that mark, and that would be your 2 foot. That's one way of doing it. Obviously you can manually add up the wall length and all the truss numbers and try and do the math. That usually leads to mistakes. Okay, the last way to get this measurement is to hop on the 3D viewer if you have it. Here we are. We'll go to 2D. We got an absolute mess here. So we're going to take off our layers. We'll take off the floor trusses. Okay, so there's this little tape measure here on the bottom right. If you click this, a sight glass pops up, and you can measure from any point to any point. So in this case, we'd measure from the girder truss. See how it locks on there? Over to the start of this truss here. That's that 111 1/4 up at the top there. So obviously that only works if you got the 3D viewer, but we have used that on some really weird scenarios with hangers going on, especially angles. That is a very cool feature. Now we're ready to put hangers on. So we'll hop on the truss layout here. This is the correct girder truss, and then you can see right next to these connections we got the hanger call out. These are MSH 29s. Pretty common hanger for what we're doing. So we got our hangers here, so we'll scatter our hangers. Since we're going to a multi-ply connection, not just a ledger board or something, we're going to be using the 2.5 inch positive placement nails. We'll be using a gun for this. If you don't have one of these guns, you definitely want to get a palm nailer if you have a lot of hangers to be installing. Okay, for putting this hanger on, we have one line to work with right here. We really want the bottom of this truss here to be in line with the bottom of this girder truss. That's all we care about. We just want the bottoms to be in the same plane so there's no bump in the drywall. So we're going to look down this line here. We're going to look down this corner right here. And when that is lined up exactly with the bottom, we're going to pop this on. Make sure it didn't move at all. We're showing that line. Now we can tack the other side. Same thing. We're lining that corner up with the bottom of the girder truss. We do not want this to be pinched. If this is pinched at all, even if it's 1.5 inches, that is very difficult to get this truss to slide down in here. If you're using a crane, it is so annoying trying to get a truss in there, especially because there's gusset plates that hook on these. The gusset plate hooks, you're wedged, it's just terrible. So again, looking down this corner, we're spread apart. If you don't feel comfortable eyeballing this, grab yourself a little 2x4 and make sure you got plenty of space. Now we can load this up with nails. Must be a little low on the air pressure. Now if this hanger stuck up over the bottom cord, if it's just a little bit, you can fold it over the top of it, put some nails in. If it's a lot, like if you have a big, huge, long hanger for some reason, and it's just sticking out way out here in space, you want to load up blocking in here. Cut it nice and tight so it fits in between the webbing, and then put nails in there. Okay, so we got all the hangers installed. We'll just rinse and repeat for those ones behind me after we get them nailed together. Now, the thing I want to mention about hangers is when you're flushing it with the bottom of the truss, make sure you're going to the lowest ply. If one behind that top one is lower, go to that one, because that's going to be where your ceiling plane is. If they're out of level, go to the lowest one with your hangers. If you guys got any value out of this video, be sure to subscribe. We're doing a video about every skill it takes to frame a house. Click here to watch us build the girder truss, and click here to watch us set the girder truss.